I think something I'm starting to understand now. I've been making a bunch of TikToks about AI and what it all means as an artist, and I think I'm starting to understand something that I think can't help if you're a concept artist. But I think ultimately, art has to become more than just understanding yourself. Other What the fuck? Who it is? Okay, sorry. Art has to become more than just understanding the things around you. It has to become a tool for understanding yourself. And I think of no better avenue to do this than music. So I originally wanted to be a concept artist, and I ended up becoming a 3D modeler, and then now I'm kind of training to be a character artist. It's a whole thing, but it's not a whole thing. The AI, right? So I think about AI and what it does. I mean, we could write all the things about the industry, its jobs and skill and install and economics. But I think I think the most crushing part about AI is ego, is identity, and I think that AI is just a proxy for Asian kid. You can call him KJG, and AI. These are basically the same people. We feel like they are not, but they are. So works. So what they have over us is speed. They both have speed, right? Speed. Check. Check. Ack. Check. Check. Talent. Check. Check. Ack is accuracy. But what one is humanity. Okay? Check and check. So then we have to go into what the fuck is humanity? What does that mean? What does it actually mean to imbue something with humanity? People bring up things like soul. People bring up things like personality. Okay, people bring up things like error, human error. Right, our imperfection is our humanity. Even though AI can just simulate error. Wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Um, Process. Um, Death. Emotion. Okay. So then we think about things like soul. We can basically call this consciousness, right? Is it, or is it? Is that even what soul is? Or consciousness? Let's just make that a separate thing. So then we think about what each of these things represent, and these are all things that AI. Are we talking about the current state of AI? It does not have. Okay, cool. So what is a soul? Who the fuck knows? Okay, moving on. What is a personality? Th- Things I do that identify me. What is error? Imperfection. What is process? The build up to product. Death, the lack of infinity. Emotion, who the fuck knows? Consciousness, a subjective experience. So I think about all of these. And soul and emotion, I mean, I could say this is like a physiological response, or mental response, but I don't know how to describe personally as I am without doing any research. I don't know how to describe this. An emotion, it's a feeling. I could say it's a feeling, but well, what is a feeling? Is that a physiological response? What is an emotion? Like when I'm angry, I make this. When I'm happy, I make this. When I'm calm, I make this. So, to me, emotions have always been described. My closest contact with emotions have always been actually language. What the? I did not just lose that, did I? Okay, cool. Language. Attempt at telepathy. So all this to say, our closest. So all of this art stuff, whether we're talking about music, writing, comedy, visuals, all of these are attempts at telepathy, attempt at taking something we have within us and giving it to somebody else. Problem with AI is attacking our ignoring of this. Is we stopped caring about the process. We stopped caring about the personality. AI can simulate error, but it's not about the error, it's about why. We stopped caring about the story, right? And we only cared about the product. We only cared about finished. We only cared about realism. We only cared about the render. We only cared about satisfaction. We cared about good lines, big, medium, small, good shape, lang. But we stopped understanding and emphasizing the why of everything. The why is a story, and the what is the problem solving. So when we go wide, this goes deep into introspection. Okay? So now we're using art as a tool to solve problems, and AI is really good at this. It can design, but what AI is lacking is its access to all of these subjective things. Right? It has no telepathy to tell, it has no story to tell, it has no soul, whatever this is. Probably the amalgamation of all of these. This deep feeling that I'm connected. Okay, so this is now why I'm here. Why I made this video. That's so dramatic. Introspection. Introspection. I became Russian. Enter introspection. So, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about how can I use visual language to tell stories about myself. Because the more as a tool for understanding myself, how can I use visual observation as a tool for understanding myself? And so, for me to explain this properly, I need to bring up a pure F. So there's this bird. I was making a song, okay, and I said, I think I might have fallen on the I was just singing, and as I was singing, the words that came out straight from God knows where said, I, just as I generated an idea, just freestyling. Imagine, I think I might have. I think I got caught on a jagged edge. I think I might have spilled some blood or broke a nail just trying to escape this nest. I think I might have fallen under the cracks. I think I might have fallen on my back and I cannot come home again. Okay? So from those lyrics, it was about me basically leaving home to. This is the words I said, and then I applied a meaning onto the words I said. So some abstract words that I put together just fell out of my mouth. Falling out of a nest. Not coming home again. And then from that, I thought about the cuckoo bird. I don't know why, but I thought from this about a cuckoo bird. Okay, so this cuckoo bird. What the cuckoo bird does is that it will lay an egg, and the egg will, in a different bird's nest, it's a parasite. This is a surname for it, but I can't remember, but it's a type of parasite, and it will lay an egg into another bird's nest, and then that bird will hatch and push all the other eggs out. And I basically use this as a metaphor for feeling like the ugly duckling in my family or in my siblings' life. So I've always found music as a natural tool for introspection about my life. And I've always found that the music that I make, or the songs that I make, to be very soulful. Then I look at my art and I don't see that same soul, right? And I look at all the ArtStation art and I don't see that same soul. And I don't know why. I don't know what breaks down why music. I feel like I just drop my existence into my songs and I don't do anything. I don't work hard for it. I just open my mouth and something that I'm feeling just enters, just comes out of my mouth. And so I've been trying to figure out how to imbue this thing naturally into my hands. Why I'm so afraid of painting anger, drawing anger, and then I realized that I've never been trained in music. In music, I follow my instinct. I follow my emotion. I listen, and then I sing. In so many ways, I listen to the beat and I respond to the beat, and I don't fight. Oh, something happened. I don't fight or force. And I think in art, because I have commodified my art, because it was a tool for money, and I just, art stopped being this tool for self-expression and became this tool for money, and everything had to become representational. I lost my sense of abstraction. And abstraction, what's really cool about abstraction is in music, you can cry just from the sound of notes. And if you think about language as representational art, right? So English and saying words as representational art. The humming, the da 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 da, because that came before the words. It kind of came out. Some Jagged Edge came at the same time, and then the rest of it kind of came later. But I didn't do anything for it. It's just the words that attached itself to the emotion of the sounds. So then I'm starting to ask myself, what is the abstraction that I'm missing in art that makes it so natural for me to just abstract a tune? It's so natural for me to just hear a beat and then respond to that tune. And are there any times in my brain that I'm feeling abstract images? And then I am like, yes, there are. I do get abstract images. I get these images in my head that cross over of, I'll be looking at wood or ants, and I'll just imagine the ants splitting. A lot of them are about things splitting apart and things coming out, or heads popping up in random places, or me hitting my head against something and then my head like going through it, or the thing coming through me, or things coming like at me like this, or I'll get a bunch of different, or like, or in the, or I get a bunch of materials, a bunch of different materials merging into one another. A lot of merging and splitting things. Or like a lot of random imagery that pops into my head, and then asking myself, what is that responding to? Like, what is the, so if I'm on a beat, I respond to a beat. What is the beat that art is responding, that these visual art is responding to? And then I realize that the beat for art is life. For visual art is like life. So life presents me visuals, and then and those visuals have emotions attached. And then my brain brings an abstract piece. But what breaks between me putting down this abstract piece, like I hum? So if you do the analogy with the thing, I have a beat. Oh wait, this is the beat because this is the analogy. I have a beat, and then this beat makes me think of a tune. So I think of a tune, and then it gives me emotions too, maybe, whatever. And then I hum. Wait. And then I hum. Okay. But now, for the drawing, I have a break in my drawing system that makes me think, oh, I don't, but abstract, what do you mean? I have a bit of, I don't know how to put it. My abstract art is always, is representational. And it's ahead of my drawing skill. And I could still do it. Technically, it's not really too much, but it is kind of ahead of my drawing skill. So imagine I don't imagine songs that I can't sing, and even if I can't sing it, I just go for it and it'll just sound shit. But I hear it and then I sing it. But with this, I see it in my head, but I can't draw it or I can't paint it, so I can't do it exactly. So I don't even try. But it is still there. I have a thing that it is as real as the songs that I have in my head, but for some reason I can't bring them out. But not because I don't lack, I lack the skill, and I don't even think it's possible to lack the skill. I don't think it matters. I think you just have to do the thing that's in your head. I've never sang what's in my head perfectly, but I did it anyway. But I have a block of perfection in art, of representation, of perspective, of values, good values, anatomy, realism. I have a lot of things. Tyler the Creator said, I don't have a good voice, but I like to sing, so I sing. And I lack this gene, and I have this gene for art, and I have for music, and I've had it for art, but over the years I've lost this bitch. I've lost her. I don't know where she went. And all this to bring it back to this insane fucking, oh, I was writing that before. This is me trying to take an image I had. I was trying to like, why don't I get planes? So I drew this thing from imagination just to see how much I don't understand planes. But see how representational this is. See how good I'm trying to make this. See how, it's like I have like this kid toy thing in my head of like, but I'm afraid to go, to fuck up, to not, there are parts of a plane that I don't understand, and if I don't understand it, I don't want to put it down. But I do have a soft thing, but my brain is like, oh, if it's not good, don't put it down. But there's a thing with me that doesn't want to fuck up. Like I see panels on a plane, but I don't know what it means, or I see like maybe a divot here, but I don't know what it means, so I don't put it down. Because I don't see it exactly, I don't want to put it down and then make sense of it later, which is like cool. It's like a training thing that I put in my brain to draw with pen. But I think it's made me a little bit afraid of fucking up and finding out, and a little bit afraid of going with my instinct a little bit. So if we go back to this, trying to remember what soul, personality, error, process, death, emotion, consciousness, language, and story. I'm trying to find the bits of connection that make you like. What did you just connect to? Yeah, I remember the last visceral image I got was because these kids were making a bunch of noise on the train, and I just imagined myself as a massive snake eating them. I think I drew it somewhere. You can't tell, but I imagined myself as a snake. I think it's a shit drawing, but I did it, and I was actually really proud of this because that's exactly what I saw. I did it. I just felt very. Oh yeah. And so it's like using drawing as ways to understand yourself. Using like this. So now I'm making this thing on me basically wanting to fucking genocide myself. I don't want that. I love them very much. But it's just a tale of jealousy. It's a Cain and Abel tale of, you know. Or I got another one. I made this drawing today. I got a visceral image, and I think for me as well, painting is the way. In a big way, I think what I'm missing, really, actually, I should have put that in my thing, is that I was using drawing because I don't see my brain. I'm going back a bit. I don't see lines. I see images, and I think with songs. And I think this is actually the big thing, and I should have written this down. I don't know. I think I lost my train of thought, but I don't see lines. I don't see lines, and I think this has been holding me back from connecting with art as much as I should, and probably why I don't enjoy it as much as I should. Because when I paint is when I feel very satisfied. I don't see lines. I see images. I only see lines when I'm like on a page and I'm like inventing things, you know? Then I start to see in lines more when I'm like, when the line is what is there. But when I think about what I'm responding to and I see real life, everything in my brain is almost very clear. Like the material is clear. I see in painting, and I have been training the thing that will let me bring out my soul as much. I'm sure other people see in lines, other people don't see in images as much. But what I see is images. And I did this very naturally, this mask painting, you can tell this is about me capturing a bunch of creatures and then turning them into a bunch of masks. So I just did that like off rip. I think I did like a little sketch, but you can see some of the lines, and then I just kept adding I just kept responding to the thing in my brain and adding color and shifting things. But at some point it stopped being that call and response thing where you feel like you're creating magic. But yeah, I don't see lines. I see in color, and my rendering skills are not great, but this felt a lot more like, yes, this is what I saw, and then I get to satisfy that I had it and I put it down. And this matters. I think a lot we undertake like these training arcs to get better and to break things down. Like we do line and then we do color, and we do line, then we do value, and then we do color. But I don't see that. I see it in color. I should be painting in color, and yet then training my values and training whatever later. But the actual art and practice of, as I see it, I put it down. And maybe I should force what I see to be in value while my color painting things are still shit. Or maybe what I should do is start going for the thing that I want to actually do. You know? Because I see it in... Because I don't want to... I always have this safety mechanism on my brain. I don't want to mess it up. So I have to paint, I have to draw first and construct the thing that I'm doing first. And then by the time I'm done with the drawing, I've already lost the magic of that I had in my head. When I do songs, I just go. I don't wait. I don't construct anything perfectly. I have a thing, and then I have to sing it now, and I have to sing it now, and if I don't sing it now, it's gonna be lost. And that's what happens. I see the thing, and I should get up and start painting with color, with value at the same time. Immediately as it's in my head, I put it down. And obviously that's not always available, but it is. and so I should. So yeah, that's what this video is about a little bit. I'm gonna edit it a little bit, but yeah, pretty much. It's about responding to the thing that gives you those ideas. Sorry if you have aphantasia. I don't think this one's for you. I mean, it kind of is, but also in a different way. Not the conclusion. The conclusion isn't for you, but the process, like, you'll have a different answer. I have thoughts on aphantasia, but yeah. I think I need to. And like, even with the painting, like, this could be it for me, you know. And then I take it to 3D and I render, because that's where my main form of bringing things to life skill is. But this could be it for me. Like, 2D is like an ideation thing, and maybe I finish everything in 3D. Maybe that's my process now. But I do need to get this down, like, yeah. Because like, maybe in music making, I write songs. That's my thing. I just do the music, but I'm not the one that's actually doing the performing. Yeah.